Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm your host, the host of Club Sports Report, live right here in Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys about the fact what happened at AEW Rampage last night, by the way, and also the fact that there was a title change that happened last night at AEW Rampage, and Brittsburgh retained her AEW Women's title in her home turf. She had home field advantage, but there's one surprising comeback. By the way, I'll tell you who that is. I'll get you guys the fact that Seattle Storm, they just became back-to-back WNBA Commissioner's Chance, by the way, Commissioner's Cup Chance, big wrestling in that. Get you guys the fact that Nico Ali Walsh is going to make his boxing debut tonight against Jordan Weeks, by the way. A-Rod dances with 3 girls in Vegas, by the way. Darrius Guice has been suspended 6 games over his domestic abuse and sexual assault from LSU back when he was LSU star back in 2013, by the way. And clearly he's a piece of trash. Khabib Nurmagomedov signs with FC Legion, Dynamo, and then lays on the Trevor Bauer Pro. By the way, get you guys to that for sure, buddy. All right, so first things first. I'm gonna start things off with the fact that A-Rod was dancing with 3 girls at the Omnia Nightclub in Vegas, by the way. He's got his sights set on a blondie, by the way, or Goldilocks, if you will. He's had a good time with all 3 women, and sort of stems from when he sort of called it quits with J-Lo, by the way. Even though J-Rod's no more, and Bennifer, they're back at it. Bennifer 2.0, they're back at it yet again. And Ben Affleck's birthday is this week, guys, as well. So really, big surprise there. And what he thoughts exactly on A-Rod dance with 3 women at an Omnia Nightclub in Vegas, Sin City, Vegas. So your thoughts about that, but let me know in the comments about that. And you think he's really come back? Let me know about that for sure. Also, some other news that Andre Drummond saved his son from drowning into a pool. So heroic effort, by the way. That's the message yet there. Also, guys, AEW Rampage. I'll get you guys to that. Brittsburgh D.M.D, AEW Women's Champ, retained her AEW Women's title at her home turf of Brittsburgh, defeating Red Velvet. After that match, by the way, Kris Statlander would attack Brittsburgh. By the way, Brittsburgh's finest, Brittsburgh D.M.D, the AEW Women's Champ. And then out of nowhere, Jamie Hayter came back with a whole different look and a whole different demeanor. She helped Britt Baker, by the way, take out Kris Statlander and Red Velvet. So that's the best you get there, everybody. And honestly, that's all you need to know on that for sure. So that is the best you get there. So yeah, Brittsburgh D.M.D had home field advantage and retained her AEW Women's title at her home turf of Brittsburgh. By the way, Brittsburgh D.M.D retained her women's title. Big wrestler on that. But she made more towards Illuminati for her. That's all there is you got to know on that. Also, another news that, by the way, the Seattle Storm went back-to-back as 2021 WNBA Commissioner's Cup champs. Big wrestling on that. Also, another news, Nico Ali Walsh just makes his boxing debut against Jordan Weeks tonight, by the way, guys. That's all these you got to know on that. Also, got another news that Pac-12, Big Ten, and the ACC, they're discussing an alliance, by the way, so that's going to be really interesting, by the way. So we do know that Texas and Oklahoma, they're going to be going to, what was it, I think it's a Big 12, I guess. So that's means SEC, so that's interesting news right there. And surprise news, that's all you got to know on that, everybody. So Pac-12, Big Ten, and ACC, they're discussing an alliance, so that's interesting news right there. That's all you got to know. Also, another news, by the way, that piece of trash star Darrius Guice and was given 6 games for domestic abuse and his sexual assault case from LSU days when he was a freshman. That's LSU back in 2013. Look, and Darrius Guice was banned from all LSU games. He was released from Washington, by the way, stemming from his 3 domestic abuse incidents when he destroyed a woman's cell phone. And he was arrested on these charges. He was booked on all 3 charges. This all stems from 3 incidents, by the way. Now, Darrius Guice, well, I can't help him saying this, but he's a free agent. The NFL made some stupid, made the dumbest decision of their lives. Made themselves look like pieces of ish. Oh, but you know how stupid they are right now? All right, explain this. You cannot give trouble football players to You can't do that. The ones that are like pieces of trash. Why would you want to give football players like, you know, guys like Kareem Hunt, or guys such as Derrius Guice, that piece of trash? Why don't you want to give guys such as even Deshaun Watson, who's even know more with the Texas, by the way, as well. Why would you want to give trouble football players second chances? I mean, when they're accused of these incidents, it's straight up BS. So NFL needs to get their heads out of their backsides, heads out of other people's backsides, and try to at least think before they act. This is uncalled for. This is disrespectful, and no one's not gonna buy into this at all. So Darrius Guice is supposed to be banned from the NFL. Banned. So this is ridiculous, and why would people want to bring this guy? This is uncalled for. You cannot. How many times I gotta tell you guys? You cannot give Joe football a second chance. You can't do that. He deserves to be banned, exiled from the NFL. I mean, this is last year, by the way. But you still cannot give Joe football a second chance. You can't do that. NFL's gonna have hell to pay for doing this. I'll tell you that right now. But the NFL should be ashamed themselves. Shame on them. So Darrius Guice, that vile piece of trash, should be in a zoo. Should still be behind bars. His case was settled, by the way, but he needs to be banned from the NFL for life. I'm ashamed that this is the worst decision they ever make. Darrius Guice is not worth anything. He's garbage. You can't be sending NFL cannot be sending piece of garbage stars, and they can't be giving them things. You can't do that. NFL made stupid decisions. Yeah, they made something like pieces of garbage in front of everyone else. You know what fans are gonna say about this? They're disgusted. They're gonna be disgusted with this. If I was the NFL, if I was talking to the NFL, I would sue them. I would literally sue them. I would, arrest them, press charges against them. I'll file a complaint about this. You know something else? I would have Darrius Guice to be banned, and I mean banned for life. There's no reason for this. No reason for this. I mean, sure. I mean, look, Darrius Guice has no business being back in the NFL. None. Not a zip, zero, nothing. Darrius Guice has no business being back in the NFL, and Darrius Guice is garbage, absolute garbage. He's a dumpster fire. Nobody wants him. No team's not going to want him. Nobody. Darrius Guice is trash. So is Deshaun Watson. So Darrius Guice should be away from the NFL. No business even coming back. And Darrius Guice, he's trash. So the NFL, they're not going to think of it. They're not going to raise him, which they will not. And the NFL is thinking about what they're doing. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's pedophile. And they have like a bunch of criminals. It's just a criminal act. Like seriously, criminals. Pathetic. It's wrong. It's stupid. It's flat out pathetic. And Darrius Guice as some disgraced free agent, pathetic. Stupid as ever. So Darrius Guice should be banned from the NFL for life. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Right? I'll tell you about that. Also, another piece of trash is on this category. That's now Trevor Bauer, by the way. Now, second woman, by the way. Now, you guys remember that Trevor Bauer was on a leave. Now his leave was extended, by the way, because of the fact that he was accused of assault, by the way, of a 21-year-old woman and another Ohio woman that was accusing Trevor Bauer of assault, by the way. Now, second woman happens to be out of Ohio. She says that Trevor Bauer abused and threatened her, and wrecked Trevor Bauer and tried to wreck Trevor Bauer's career, and try to get rich. Now, this is by extorting. Now, this second woman was trying to extort Trevor Bauer, by the way, trying to get rich though. Now, the woman accused Trevor Bauer of punching and choking the woman without her consent while having sex with Bauer. Trevor Bauer sent Drummond a text, by the way, and it says this. Let me read you. Feel like spending time behind bars for murdering someone, and that's what would ensue if I spotted you again. Now, a woman did get a restraining order against restraining order against Shara Bauer, by the way, last June. The woman intended to extort. Now, the second woman intended to extort Shara Bauer 3.4 mil, and to keep her name selling. But so Shara Bauer, this sick piece of trash, was accused of sexual assault and misconduct, by the way. And basically, Shara Bauer, he's now been placed on extended leave. So the MLB may have to consider having to ban Shara Bauer for life. So the documents are out there for sure about that. You see the photos, by the way, of the bumps and bruises that the 21-year-old woman got. And honestly, I think that Shara Bauer should excel from the NFL. I think it's safe to say that Shara Bauer's career is going to be officially over, and not with the MLB anymore. So guys, say what you want, but I think it's safe to say that Shara Bauer is going to face me in front of a judge. Now his hearing's not until, I would say, this month and later this month, I guess, or a couple of months from now. So he hasn't been scheduled yet, though, but that's all there is. You got to know on that. So Shara Bauer, he has still been placed on leave, by the way, after a second woman accused Bauer of assault and battery. Now, Shara Bauer has not been arrested or charged yet. Now, police are still looking into this probe, and it needs to say that Shara Bauer now may have an arrest warrant looming up for him, and that does happen. He may have to be in court. So if he's convicted of these charges, he could get years behind bars. So that's all there is you need to know on everybody. So if Shara Bauer did this kind of stuff, then they're gonna and there's any video footage of this, Shara Bauer can be exiled from MLB for life, and that's gonna wreck his career. So Shara Bauer, we know more, and that's all I can say to everybody. Also, some other news I want to get to, by the way. Shakira Richards is going to be racing Jamaican Olympics winners, by the way, at the Prefontaine Classic at Oregon, by the way. So, should be interesting right there. And honestly, that's all there is you got to know. So, hopefully that happens. If you guys remember, Shakira Richards, she was banned from Tokyo Olympics, by the way, after she used marijuana for the coping mechanism over the loss of her mother, or biological mother, by the way. And clearly people were upset about this for sure. So it's a shame that you don't see a rising upstart like Shakira Richards not compete in the Tokyo Olympics, by the way. Now Tokyo Olympics are already over, I can tell you that. Equator Olympics or Beijing Olympics are 2022, by the way. So that is all there is you got to know on that. So honestly, that's a travesty, big upset, and there have been people that haven't used the trend, hashtag free Shakira Richards, or the hashtag just for Shakira Richards. It's just uncalled for, I mean, the chemical that was found inside was THC. So why would you want to suspend somebody or ban someone from Tokyo Olympics when all of a sudden, over the loss of their biological mother, it's just uncalled for. Clearly it is. So the Olympics Committee, they messed it up, and it's a big mistake they made on their part. So clearly, they must have looked completely terrible. I'll take back. So it's just a really awful. It's a shame that Shakira Richards wasn't able to compete in Tokyo Olympics, by the way, not get a gold medal, and to see her take it back to everyone else at Tokyo Olympics. This was uncalled for. Over marijuana, use coping mechanism, marijuana, over loss of her biological mother. This is uncalled for. So hopefully she'll be back for Beijing 2022 Olympics, and that's all there's in that, and for Paris 2024 Olympics as well. So that'll be all the time for today. Also, guys, Khabib Nurmagomedov is going to sign up to the FC Legion Dynamo, so big congrats to him on that. Also, Brittany Mahomes and Skye Mahomes, they visited their former Super Bowl MVP King Patrick Mahomes, by the way, and this is during training camp, by the way, guys, as well. So now you ask yourselves, what Patrick Mahomes really say to Brittany Matthews and Skye Mahomes? Did he say to both of them, forget what happened, back in February. I made this right. I'm gonna get revenge on Tom Brady for what he did to me. I'm gonna get revenge. Now I'm gonna expose him like it was exposed last week. I'm gonna end him, bury him. Then I'm going to retire him. And we can all have crowns. And also, I'll be a 2-time Super Bowl champ. And then we're going to have a big moment. A Super Bowl wedding, March 2022, guys. So, I'm hoping that happens, everybody. You know, I honestly hope that Patrick Mahomes is going to make goodness behalf. Because if he said that, I'll be surprised myself. Matter of fact, the fans, Chiefs fans will be surprised too. I know Chiefs fans are dying to see Kim Mahomes gets revenge on Patrick, Tom Brady, by the way. I mean, Tom Brady turned 44 last week. But the brother wish that he will not be getting is going back to back, not retiring, and not going to the Hall of Fame. So, Patrick Mahomes is going to give Tom Brady a birthday gift. That birthday gift that Patrick Mahomes is going to give to Tom Brady, whether it's going to be in the upcoming season, the Super Bowl 56 rematch in SoFi Stadium, that birthday gift for Tom Brady that Patrick Mahomes is going to give to Tom Brady comes Super Bowl 56 if necessary, exposing Tom Brady again, punishing him badly, and retiring him. So that's the birthday gift that Patrick Mahomes is going to give to Tom Brady at 40. Tom Brady's 44, everybody. So I will say this right now. That the birthday gifts that Tom Brady's going to get is retiring, not going back to back, and getting to the Hall of Fame, and a gold jacket too, and a Hall of Fame ceremony, and a Hall of Fame induction. So those things better happen in 2022. Patrick Mahomes is going to make sure he does just that. He will make sure they put Tom Brady right in his place. He will make sure they get Tom Brady Terry medicine, and not just that. Tom Brady will be exposed in front of the whole world like it was last week. If you thought last week was something else, this gets pretty suspenseful. Because I'm gonna just that. Patrick Mahomes said to Skye Mahomes and Brittany Mathers, I'm gonna get you a crown. I'm gonna get you a crown. I'm gonna get my crown back. We're gonna be a moment, and then we're gonna walk the red carpet, and then we're gonna set a stage. We're gonna do something to that, make our vows, and then vow that people are familiar with, or a toast, vow to destroy Tom Brady's career. Vow, however, to pretty much put him in the Hall of Fame, retire him. Vow to win multiple Super Bowls, and not just that, have a toast to saying son of Tom Brady. That's all there is for that. So that's some offense looking forward to. I'll tell you about that. So Patrick Mahomes is going to do that. It's going to give Tom Brady a birthday gift. That is for him to retire, exposing him, and put him to offense. That's what he's going to do. So Patrick Mahomes is going to put Tom Brady in his place. That's all I can say for that, everybody. And that's all the news you got to know. Make no mistake about that. Patrick Mahomes is going to come back. Patrick Mahomes is going to be resurged. He will not choke. He's not going to be choked. No more choke on Mahomes no more. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes may still be grilled at Mahomes, but he's going to be plain old Patrick Mahomes, Super Patrick Mahomes. King Patrick Mahomes to get his crown back. I'm looking forward to that, which I am. So you say what you want, guys. But I mean, whether it's going to be Tom Brady getting to the Super Bowl or not, or Aaron Rodgers. I mean, one or the other. Patrick Mahomes is going to retire, but it's going to retire neither of them. We never know. Also, guys, some other news. Wish I brothers out to Steve Martin, Marcia Gay, Harden, Magic Johnson, Halle Berry, Catherine Bell, Mila Kunis, Timo Mania, Rusty Wallace, Earl Weaver, Kofi Kingston. You got Model Roz, Miranda Ray, Mago, Maya Jama, Princess Love, Parse, Jurtiz, Cassie Thompson, Johnny Wrestling. Also, John Wrestling, by the way, he didn't cancel right. They're having their first kid, by the way. So big wrestling on that. Bob Backlund and Miramar Vega. Somebody brother wishes, shout, sweet to please be introduced to everybody. That's everything you need to know on that. And that's all I can say, everybody. So, all the best news you got there. And yep. That's all this you gotta know, everybody. And hopefully that's all this. Somebody brother wishes, shout, sweet to that's all you gotta see on there, everybody. Also, guys, other thing I want to get into, by the way. Idris Elba will play at Knuckles the Echidna in Slime Movie 2, which comes out in April 2022, guys. So that'll be interesting news. I'll tell you about that. I love it. So, best things you got to know on that, everybody. And that's all that you got to say. So, Maybe think about that. But you know, I gotta say, we're playing as Knuckles. By the way, see the image, see the teaser image. By the way, see the image. By the way, for Slime Movie 2. It's amazing. It's incredible. I love it. Absolutely love it though. Knuckles fist. By the way, it's amazing. It's incredible. Not gets Knuckles. So Knuckles and Kendo will be arriving to Slime Movie 2, which comes out April 2022. It'll be the best news yet there, and that's all the news you gotta know. So awesome. I love it. By the way, which I do. So that's all you gotta know about that. Everybody. All the news you gotta know. And also this that Rampage Pride Possession isn't just Super Bowl rings and titles. By the way, it's beating Camille Kostek at GQ Couples Quiz. That's surprising news right there, and that's all news for that. So you gotta love it right there, everybody. And that's all news I gotta know for that, everybody. And that's all I gotta say. So yep, that's all news I gotta know on that, everybody. Also, guys, don't forget, guys, SummerSlam is a week away, guys. You'll see Bianca Belair defend the SmackDown Women's title against Sasha Banks. Newly approved Sasha Banks, by the way. John Cena versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. You'll see Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg for the WWE title, by the way, as well. Usos versus the Mysterios. Rey and Dominic Mysterio for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So, interesting news right there. That's all the news you gotta know, everybody. And yep, that's all you guys say for that, everybody. And that's all you gotta know. Say that. So, best is out there, and that's all you gotta know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right there for the Khalil Sports Board. Like, subscribe to the Khalil Type of Sports Board YouTube channel, Facebook page. And that's all you guys do for that. What do you thought of A-Rod dancing with the 3 girls at a Vegas nightclub? That's about that. I'll just sure about all these you gotta know on that. Your thoughts on Andre Drummond for his heroic effort saving his son from drowning into a pool? Thoughts about that? Let me know in the comments. I'll just sure about everybody. Those are Brittsburgh D.M.D. They do women's champion having a whole field advance, whether we're retaining your AEW women's title. Thoughts about that? That's all they're gonna do. Also this. One other thing. One other thing. If you guys saw AEW Rampage last night, Christian Cage walked out as the new Impact champ. Now remember, Christian Cage, we know he's a former WWE Hall of Famer. We all know him, you know, as the Cutting Edge Peep Show. We all know him as a former world champion of his own right. He was the former Impact champ. But what he did last night was history to make it. What's the feel good moment right there? Taking out Christian Cage last night on Rampage. That's a historic moment, which, by the way, it's talked about for years, ages, centuries, generations, months, decades. That was a match made in heaven, which it is. Even though Kenny Omega lost the Impact title, by the way, Christian Cage will be coming back to Impact next week, guys. He'll return to Impact next week. Now, 7 years of wrestling. We know this for sure. 7 years of pro wrestling. We all know that. He comes back as the new Impact champ. That's the best news yet there. And that's all you got to know for that. And so the question you got to ask yourself is, will Christian Cage do the same thing to Kenny Omega when if Christian Cage becomes the new AEW champ? Will he do so the same thing as far as the AEW title goes at All Out next month? Will it happen? Let me know in the comments sure about that, and I'll address my sure, buddy. Also, guys, we thoughts on Seattle Storm becoming back-to-back WNBA Commissioner's Cup champs. Thoughts about that? I'll address my sure, buddy. What's on Brittany Mahomes and Skye Mahomes visiting Super Bowl MVP King Patrick Mahomes at training camp? By the way, thoughts about that? You think King Patrick Mahomes is going to make good on his behalf and try to give Tom Brady's birthday gift? Give Tom Brady a birthday gift. Let's see, what would that be? What would that be? Sending him to retirement, by the way, not going back to back, becoming a 2-time Super Bowl champ, and then having to have a Super Bowl marriage, by the way, at a Super Bowl wedding on March 2022. I hope that happens, and hopefully that Patrick Mahomes retires Tom Brady, which he will. Or Roger, we never know. Thoughts about that? Thoughts on Nico Ali Walsh, who's the closely related to late Muhammad Ali, by the way. Thoughts on him making his boxing debut, by the way, against Jordan Weeks. Thoughts about that, but I'll just not sure that's all you got to know on that. So, brother, wishes out to Steve Martin, Magic Johnson, Marcia Gay, Harden, Halle Berry, Catherine Bell, Mila Kunis. You got Kofi Kingston, Mono Raz, Miranda Ray, Maya Jama, Princess Love, Paris Jurtis, Cassie Thompson, Johnny Wrestling, who's going to have he and Kenny Wrestling are having a first kiddo, by the way. Best congrats about them on that. Bob Backlund, Miramar, Vegas. So somebody brother wish out sweet about all these you got to know for that, everybody. So you're saying about everybody. It's all these. What do you thoughts? Khabib Nurmagomedov signing to AFC Legion by the Dynamo. Thoughts about that? Just about something you got to know for that. That's all I can say. So best of you out there. I'll be back from breaking news in terms of like, some more stories and a whole lot more than close sports with everything sports later. Everything's gonna know it's all I got to say about it. So take care, you guys. You guys have a good evening. Please be safe with them. Bye bye.